sexy.
With so many fresh faces making their way to the WWE roster, it's easy to forget that some of the more tenured superstars have been around for over 20 years. The following list highlights WWE's longest reigning stars. This list also revisits their earliest appearances and the dates they signed to the world's most prolific wrestling promotion. A few notes on criteria. Many of the wrestlers listed below had multiple reigns, not a Roman pun with WWE. Doing highly complicated 8th grade level math, the length of their combined reigns has been accessed and they have been placed in the list accordingly. Also, to simplify things a bit, this list will not include commentators, announcers, or referees. Otherwise, you can be assured Jerry Lawler, Michael Cole, Lillian Grazia, Tony Kimmel, Mike Chioda, Chad Patton, Charles Robinson, and a handful more would have made the cut. So today we are going to talk about the most tenured current WWE superstars. So let's go to the video. The Undertaker. The Dead Man is easily the longest reigning WWE superstar on the roster. Making his TV debut at Survivor Series 1990, Taker's actual first match with WWE happened a few days before at a taping of Superstars on November 19, 1990. Triple H. Considering his position in the company, it's safe to expect that Hunter will one day top this list. But for now, Trips is only number 2. His first match with his future father-in-law signing the check happened on April 25, 1995 at a taping of Wrestling Challenge. Kane. While he didn't appear as Kane until October 1997's Bad Blood pay-per-view, Glenn Jacobs was actually under contract for over 2 years before that, appearing as both Isaac Yankem, DDS, and the Fake Diesel. Kane's first known match for WWE was under his Evil Dentist moniker in a dark match on August 15, 1995. Mark Henry. We've seen Mark Henry go through many iterations of his character over the course of his career, from his Nation of Domination years to Sexual Chocolate to the enlarged Silverback and of course the sometimes dominant world's strongest man. But he first appeared on WWE TV shortly before his performance in the 1996 Summer Olympics. On the March 11th edition of Raw that year, Jerry Lawler mocked him during an interview segment and babyfaced Henry entered into his first wrestling feud, press slamming the Cocky King. Big Show. Attitude Era fans will never forget when the Giant Paul White jumped ship from WCW to WWE on February 14, 1999 at St. Valentine's Day Massacre during a steel cage match between Steve Austin and Mr. McMahon. The Big Show tore through the canvas from underneath the ring and attacked Stone Cold, subsequently joining the corporation as Vince's personal enforcer. William Regal. With 2 reigns in WWE, first as Man's Man Steven Regal in June of 1998 and later as the more proper, villainous, sometimes GM character we know now. Randy Orton. Before he was the apex predator, Randy was the cheer-up-faced baby boy of Cowboy Bob Orton Jr., making his first appearance in WWE's then developmental territory, Ohio Valley Wrestling, on June 6, 2000. That's a long time and a lot of RKOs out of nowhere. John Cena. Love him or hate him, John Cena has been the face of WWE for over a decade. Hustling since day one, Cena's foray in the WWE began on June 27, 2001 at the OVW event Last Dance. Performing under the name The Prototype, Cena teamed with Louisville-based wrestler Mr. Black in a loss to Mark Henry and The Big Show. Goldust. Goldust has had 5 separate runs with the WWE. The very first was from July 1990 to January 1991, competing as Dustin Rhodes. Years later, in August of 1995, the bizarre one Goldust was born. Since then, he's been in and out of WWE contracts, but his combined time under WWE's payroll gives him the number 9 spot. Chris Jericho. Y2J is another superstar who has been in and out of the WWE in recent years, usually taking time off to go on tour with his band Fozzy, to pop in as a talking head on shows like Best Week Ever and I Love the 80s, or even to compete on Dancing with the Stars. His first run with the company started when he signed with WWE on June 30th, 1999, a month and change before his historic countdown debut and promo with The Rock, where he first proclaimed Royce Jericho. Adding up all of his runs, Jericho has the 10th longest career in WWE history. The Miz. It's hard to believe that former reality star Mike Mizanian is high up on the list. But it turns out Miz could actually be considered a veteran backstage. Miz first made an appearance with WWE as part of $1 Million Tough Enough in October 2004. The Future Awesome One made it to the finals, losing a Dixie Dog fight to Daniel Puder. Despite not winning the crown of Tough Enough winner, Miz was signed to a contract allowing him to one day become the most must-see WWE superstar of all time, or at least he thinks so. Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler's been through a lot since his debut in OVW on November 3rd, 2004. Since his developmental run, we've seen him on the main roster in various incarnations, using his real name, Nick Nemeth, as Chavo Guerrero, Kevin White's caddy, as Nicky of the Spirit Escort, and he's gone from "Hi, I am Dolph Ziggler" to the show off we all know, love, and feel bad for. Zack Ryder. Woo woo woo, you know it. A few months after losing a squash match to Matt Morgan on an episode of SmackDown, the future Long Island Iced Izzard signed a WWE contract on February 24, 2006. R-Truth. What's Up wasn't the only song R-Truth ever sang as he made his way down to the ring. From December 1999 to August 2001, R-Truth would routinely get rowdy under the name of K-Quick in WWE and the developmental Memphis Championship Wrestling. For those years, he was a regular tag team partner of Road Dogg Jesse James. After running TNA under his real name Ron Killings, R-Truth returned to WWE full-time in March 2008 and has been around ever since. Alicia Fox. If anyone's curious who the most senior member of the women's roster, it somehow turns out to be the third member of Team Bella, Alicia Fox. Foxy debuted as a referee on an OVW show on July 1st, 2006. She ties R-Truth with total number of days under contract, but Truth gets the edge since he debuted first. Rosa Mendes. If you thought Foxy's inclusion was surprising, Rosa Mendes' long tenure in WWE is absolutely inexplicable, having made her first appearance as part of the much maligned Diva Search. Rosa's been around mercilessly since July 10, 2006. Ryback. Ryan Reeves first appeared on WWE TV alongside Miz in October 2004 during $1 Million Tough Enough. Although he didn't win, Reeves was signed to a contract and spent the next few years in OVW before getting released in January 2007. He resigned and returned to OVW in December 2008. Since then, we've seen him as Nexus member, the Comfort Method, Skip Sheffield, and of course, as the perennially hungry Ryback. Jack Swagger. Just a few days behind the big guy, math-wise, is the all-American Jack Swagger. Swagger's WWE in-ring debut came on September 9, 2006 in a dark match in WWE's other than developmental league, Deep South Wrestling. He hasn't appeared on TV much lately, but this lispy former amateur wrestler has a tendency to receive sudden unwarranted pushes, so don't count him out yet. Kofi Kingston. Also signed in September 2006, New Day member Kofi Kingston's come a long way from his days speaking with a fake Jamaican accent. He first wrestled under WWE contract in a Deep South Wrestling dark match against Montel Vontavious Porter, aka MVP. Sheamus. Rounding out the top 20 is the Celtic Warriors Sheamus. After a number of years wrestling throughout the UK, Sheamus O'Shaughnessy first appeared for WWE in on October 2nd, 2007 in their new developmental league and predecessor to NXT Florida Championship Wrestling. The Great White's first match was against Brian Kelly, better known as Brian Saxton. So today I talked to you in this video the most tenured current WWE superstars. So what do you think about this video? If the video is good, please like it and also subscribe to my channel. So I say goodbye for today. May you all be blessed.